Top of the morning to ya. Welcome back, guys. Episode 97 of the DREWCAST. My disembodied voice, I got J.O. I kind of want to get to the point, but not the point, if you know what I mean. Yeah, no, before we start, on the WPOB channel, guys, we just dropped a music video to the remix I did on BS. Go check it out. I smoke it, bro. I kill it. It's actually some of the best work I feel like I did all year, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And last week's podcast, I'm actually pretty positive that YouTube suppressed like the complete hell out of that video to the point where I feel like a lot of you guys don't even know that I dropped it. Unless you like follow me on Instagram or like Facebook where like I post the link and like, hey, new episode, right? I feel like a lot of you didn't see it. So just gonna tell you, last week's episode we talked about you know the whole declassified memorandum that came out that Bush knew about, some of the attacks that were being threatened. Didn't do anything about it, so that could be why that video got suppressed. It also could be the whole, obviously, like it's 9/11 related, and they probably, you know, it's whatever, bro. It's actually really annoying, but hey, go check it out. It's on the channel. Before we get, so today we're just gonna talk about all the DC news that's happening. It's just gonna be a DC fest, okay? And I haven't done that in a while. There's a lot of times in the past where we have talked about a lot of like DC stuff, but lately, I didn't think we were gonna have to do this, man. And but we'll get into that. So before we get into the whole, what I want to start with tonight, at my work, okay. Now this is the funniest part. Like, so at my work, I have a customer who always comes in, and he'll sit there and like he'll try to talk to me for hours, right? Bro, like, go home, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I always tell him too. Like, at one point I had to tell him, bro, yeah, go get some pussy, boy. What are you doing, bro? Like, and then I kind of figured that stuff was probably going on at home, right? And then, like, probably his stepdad was probably like, hey, get out of here, I'm trying to bang your mom type shit, So, anyways, he comes in yesterday, and he was like, I was like, hey, what's up, bro? What's up, man? He's like, oh, yeah, my mom's shopping over in, the women's clothes, but I'm over here because I'm not gay. And I was like, oh, like, because I had a friend before in the past who said his dad was a doctor, and he said his dad was gay for being a doctor. And this is in the past, right? And I was like, what do you mean your dad's gay? He's like, yeah, like he basically said the F word. He's like, oh, my dad's F word doctor. And I was like, are you saying like he's gay, or are you saying like his profession is what makes him gay? No, he was saying his profession just makes him gay. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be friends anymore, bro. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we should be friends. But fast forward, this guy says that, right? He's like, hey, my mom's shopping over in the women's section. I'm over here because I'm not gay. And I was just like, bro, what? That's the gayest shit you could have said. You came over here to talk to me, and I know I have long hair, right? So sometimes I go to work with the braids, the Wednesday Adam braids, and sometimes people, like customers, say, hey, ma'am. The other day I straight up said to a guy, like, bro, I'm not a bitch, dog. Do I look like a bitch? I'm not built like one. Like, you look at me, and I have no ass, I have no titties. I'm built like a disproportioned, like, mannequin, bro. Like, I'm not, like, don't let the long hair fool you type shit. So, and I asked him, I said, bro, are you joking, bro? Like, do you think shopping in women's makes you gay? He was like, yeah, in the Latino community, like, if in the Latino community, which, by the way, I'm half Mexican. So when he says this, he's like, oh, in the Latino community, like, if you shop with the girls or you shop in the women's clothing with them, that makes you gay. And I was like, bro, so the same community where, like, they let your uncles, like, molest you and shit, you're worried about who calls you gay. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, those same people, like, let their uncles and dads and, like, drink and, like completely, like, and not all of them, right? But it's this, like, it's the community part that kind of killed me on it. Oh, the community will call you gay. And it's like, oh, the same community that lets their uncles rape you. And then, like, oh, now all of a sudden you can't shop with girls because it's gay. Right? So I told him, I was like, hey, bro, have you listened to Bad Bunny? Like, Bad Bunny gets hella bitches, bro. And, like, he be kissing dudes and wearing dresses and shit. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like none of this matters. Like the whole you know what I mean? Like go fucking paint your nails and go kiss a bitch, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like he just looked hella dumbfounded, bro. He's like, no, I'm good over here. I'm like, bro, but like you're not gonna get pussy over here. Talking to me, you're not gonna get pussy over here. Like I'm just like putting away my returns and like kind of helping people. Like you think it's less gay to be over here with me? No, it's actually more gay to be over here. And I don't know. It just made me fucking it hella made me laugh. I'm like, bro, like the people's perception on things is just so crazy. The Latino community thinks it's gay, bro, but there's other things that they do that like maybe you shouldn't care what your community thinks. Maybe you just do what you want, bud, and not. Can you imagine, bro? Like, and I told Emily this, right? Because we had a talk. I told her about this situation. We had like a, hey, you know what this guy told me thing? And I asked her. I told her, and she's like, oh, she was telling me like, do men really think like that? And I was like, maybe back in the day, and I don't know if you can agree with me on this one, Dustin, but for sure when I was like a teenager and like maybe like late elementary school, I for sure was not like, bro, anything that could remotely get called gay, I was not doing it, bro. Like if it meant like shopping with girls in the girl section, you would not catch me dead in the girl section, bro. You know, as a kid. But obviously I'm older now. Like I know that's where the fucking pussy's at. Like I'm gonna go, you know, and obviously like if we're shopping for like, you know, female family members and stuff like that, yeah, it's not gay to shop in the women's section. But I told her how weird it is, how like, have you ever thought about it this way? Men are so, like, they don't want to be gay so bad that they end up actually doing like gay ass shit. You think about it, bro. Like I don't want to go shop in the women's section, right? So I'm going to go stand over here with a bunch of dudes so that other dudes don't call me gay. Think about it, bro. If you really think about man culture right now, like for just 1 second, like a lot of guys are so like they don't want to be called gay or labeled gay that they end up doing like hella gay shit, bro. Like I'm gonna go stand over here with a group of dudes so that the other dudes don't think I'm gay. It's like, guys, comment below if you do that. It's cool, and like hey, maybe and I'm not gonna sit here and say I never did that. In elementary school, yeah, bro, I was doing the whole. You know, I don't want other dudes to think I'm gay, so I'm gonna go hang out with a bunch of dudes, and you know, you know what I mean. But yeah, you guys comment below if that's something that you think people do or men do. I thought it was when we were younger. Obviously, when you're older, who cares, bro? Go shopping in the women's section. You know what I mean? And if my friend who said that to me ends up watching this, no offense, bud, but you shouldn't have told me that. I'm a podcaster. You shouldn't have told me your life, like anything like that. Now, from now on, if you know me in real life, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, bro. Like, seriously, if you say something that's funny, I'm going to use it as material. I'm clipping it. It's the whole 9 yards, bro. So just remember when you're talking to me, if you say something funny like that, like it's gay to shop with women, I'm clipping it, dude. But
yeah, I think a lot of shit's gay, but I'm not going to avoid,
but like
if I'm shopping with like my family, I'm not gonna avoid going in the girl section.
But would you hang out with a bunch of dudes to prove how ungay you are? Like I'm gonna go over here because I think it's so gay that I'd rather go hang. But I see what I'm saying. Like you end up being more gay by doing that. Like, hey, me and these group of dudes are gonna go over here and be angry about women. We're so like we do not want to be called gay, so all of us are gonna group up together and be mad about women. just sleep on that for a little bit, you know what I mean? But you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's get into it. So DC, guys, the DC news has been crazy. It's been messy this week. Bars, but yeah, World Cup shit. But I mean, honestly, guys, like. I kind of didn't want to make this video. I didn't. If you've watched this channel for any amount of time, you know me and Justin are huge DC heads. I love Batman. He loves Superman. You know, like that's just a staple of my childhood. You know, the Joker, all of that, man. Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, like all of them are just like it is. It's like a real big pillar of my childhood are those characters. And for the last like 3 years of doing this podcast, I rarely made positive DC videos. I mean, I did. I've made positive DC videos, and I remember like old co-hosts of mine, like Ricky and all them, they'd be like, they would say I never like really talked good about DC, but like, bro, they weren't giving us anything good to talk about. Everything was like an agenda. Everything just seemed like it wasn't for the fans. Everything was getting canceled or uncanceled, or Snyder, like the whole Snyder cut of Justice League and all that. So when like the Batman came out, I loved the Batman. That was a great movie. So I was thinking to myself, when the whole Black Adam started happening and like The Rock got Henry Cavill to come back, and it was Henry Cavill said he was going to return as Superman, and they were in active development for Man of Steel 2. I was like really excited because I was like, okay, finally, let's get this shit moving, dude. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it moving. Man of Steel 2 sounds great. If I have to sit through a shitty fucking Black Adam movie to find that out, let's go. I don't care. Let's get, you know what I mean? We have Aquaman 2 coming out soon. We got The Flash, Shazam 2's in, Shazam 2. They would talk about Wonder Woman 3. Let's go. Let's get this rolling. We have the Batman universe out here on its own. We have the DCEU. Let's go. Well, that's not what's happening. So James Gunn, who I made a video about recently, guys, he's basically the Kevin Feige at DC right now. James Gunn is. So this whole week, he spent a lot of time on Twitter kind of debunking a lot of things, right? So a lot of people would come forward saying, hey, I've heard sources saying Henry Cavill's not going to be Superman moving forward. He doesn't really like Henry Cavill. James Gunn came out and debunked that. When I say debunked, and I'm doing this because I feel like he debunked the whole not liking Henry Cavill part. He didn't actually debunk the whole Superman part, right? Patty Jenkins came out and had to like debunk the whole I walked away from Wonder Woman 3, right? And so there's like a lot of conflicting reports. There was a report saying that the James Gunn was going to try to make the with Robert Pattinson, that Batman a part of the new DCU. He said that's not true either. He said that's untrue. He said entirely untrue, right? So we're looking at a shakeup, guys. It's happening, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's happening. There's going to be a new Superman. It came out today. James Gunn tweeted it. They're looking for like the early years of Clark Kent, like a younger Superman. And Henry Cavill's not returning. Henry Cavill actually went on his Instagram and made a post about it. His side of the story and James Gunn's side of the story. I don't know if you read both of them, Edison. You read the James Gunn tweet. Okay, they sound very different. And what I mean by that is James Gunn's tweet seemed like a bit more cheery and like we're optimistic about a future and excited, and then Henry Cavill's wasn't so. Like that meeting didn't go the same for both men. Like both men had a different take on that meeting, in my opinion.
He said like we can mourn. That's
okay, we're mourning.
That's not something you would say if you're optimistic.
You're right, man. And I wanted to get on here and scream. Like I wanted to scream today. Like I don't care if I have neighbors. Don't care about anybody sleeping. Kobe sleeping, bless his heart. And I wanted to scream. Like I wanted to fucking scream, because how many times have we got on this mic, right? How many times have we got on this fucking microphone and said, "Hey, it's so." I could give, and I'm not joking. I actually really do truly believe this. I think I could give the DCEU to my nephew, who's a baby, and I'm pretty sure this kid can come out with a better plan than the people who have been running it, right? I was excited because James Gunn's supposed to be bringing. You know what, man? I think this might be it for me, bro. I don't want to be that guy. Does that sound dramatic to you? And why I say that is because there's so many people who wanted Henry Cavill as Superman. They're like, I don't get how does this work? And what I mean by that is why should we watch Aquaman 2? Why should we watch The Flash? Why should we watch any of the fucking shit they have coming out? Why? They just kind of buried themselves, bro. How do you, as Warner Brothers, right? Because if I'm David Zaslav, bro, I'm pissed right now. And this is my opinion, I'm pissed. Because you're in the business of making money and making good movies, right? How do I release Aquaman 2 and The Flash now after you just said you're rebooting everything? This is why, James, bro, I know you're probably never going to see this, but if you do, you got to start learning from Kevin Feige, bro. You know Kevin very well. You've done movies at Marvel. You know Kevin very well, bro. Notice that he doesn't open his mouth like this. He doesn't go on Twitter and do stuff like this. And I'm not saying you're not allowed to, but if I'm David Zaslav right now, I'm fucking angry, dude. How do we get people to watch Aquaman 2 and The Flash now? How? Because how do we get them in the theater when none of this matters anymore? Am I wrong? I know I'm not wrong, bro. Like, how do we get the butts into the seats? All right, it's cool. I like you, James. Imagine I'm David Zaslav, right? Listen, I like you, James. I'm all for what you're about to do. But at the end of the day, we're in this to make money. How the fuck do I get butts in the seat? How do I get people to show up? Why would they watch Aquaman 2 now? Seriously. And now I read a report on Twitter that I will post up right here. But apparently they're still moving forward with the whole Black Superman movie. So, Man of Steel 2 or Michael B. Jordan Superman? It's very simple here. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, here come the people. No, bro, I don't know how to explain this because like I don't really like explaining this anymore because I've said this in multiple videos. So when I make fun of the Michael B. Jordan Superman, I don't really like explaining myself to you guys anymore. To the people who get like really mad about that, I'm not explaining myself. Like if you're gonna continue to willingly be a retard, I'm not explaining myself. It's not because they're making a Black Superman movie. It's because we went more than a decade without Man of Steel 2, and they're like, hey, instead of Man of Steel 2, let's make Michael B. Jordan Superman. And it's like, oh, see, the thing is, no one cares. That was for you, Warren, because I know you're going to watch it. She loved DC. And he's fucking pissed too, man. He's fucking hella pissed about what's happening. So, and then the whole reports of, the reports that came out talking about Robert Pattinson's Batman was going to be integrated with the DCU. You said you didn't like that, Hassan?
No.
So, but now they're going to have two Batmans then.
Didn't you just say that wasn't true, though?
Yeah, so he debunked that, right? So he debunked that, saying that story was entirely untrue. That whoever reported that, because they went to Variety.
Yeah,
and
they already have two Batmans.
Okay, so why can't we have Henry Cavill as Superman and then they make their little young
I think that's what they're gonna do, bro. I think that they're using this little storyline that they have for a new Superman. They're just gonna use it as like a test subject movie. If it goes good, they'll continue with whoever they casted. If it goes bad, they'll just revert back to Henry Cavill.
Do you think the backlash of them doing this will make people not even want to see the new Superman?
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't. I'm not with like the whole, like, I'm like an attachment kind of.
Same
like,
here.
like,
Yeah, I'm an attachment guy. Are we brothers? We're hella brothers, dude.
Like, say for example, like Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Like you get attached to Chris Evans as you watch him for like 5 to 10 movies. And then they put like Bucky, or what's the other guy's name?
It was Sam Wilson.
Yeah, they put that as Captain America. Like, you're not gonna be as invested because it's not the Captain America that you just got attached to.
But it's also not a brand new actor and brand new character. Like we know who Falcon is, so it's somewhat.
I think that makes it even worse though, because it's like it's another attachment thing. Like that's not Captain America, that's Falcon.
Yeah.
That's not Captain America, that's the fucking Winter Soldier. I know in some variations of like comic books and whatever that those people are Captain America, but that just doesn't translate well to movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's not a bad opinion, man.
So when you get attached to like Henry Cavill as Superman, or some people liked Christian Bale as Batman and were pissed that Ben Affleck got Batman, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But I actually ended up liking Ben Affleck a lot.
Yeah, same. Me too.
Yeah.
But like when that first like broke,
yeah, people were pissed, bro.
No.
I remember when the Joker news broke too about Heath Ledger.
So like
Where's Jack Nicholson?
Yeah,
It's
so like when
bro.
they bring a new Superman, it's not that I'm not gonna watch it or get invested into it, but like it's gonna be more difficult because how do you even know if it's worth getting invested into? I'm gonna invest into this Superman when you're gonna make like one movie about him,
Yeah, that's fucking
maybe
insane.
2 movies about him, and then ditch it again. Like, it just seems kind of pointless, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it actually makes me really sad because I love Henry Cavill Superman, man. Like that, he's Superman. You're gonna bring some young cat and to do like a younger Clark Kent, and I'm supposed to like, I'm not gonna want to see it, bro. I'm not gonna. I wanted to see Aquaman 2 and Flash now. Now I'm not gonna want to see that shit. I'm not gonna want to watch it, dude. And this might be it. I get that it sounds dramatic. I get that people are like, oh, it's just fantasy, fake. It's all, but like, bro, Justin's right, man. Like, I feel like the old regime at Warner Brothers disrespected Henry and Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot so much that taste has not left my mouth. I know there's new leadership and there's new like presidents at DC. I don't care. That taste has never left my mouth, bro. What they should have done with James Gunn and like, David Zaslav and all them, they should have like their first job should have been to repair the public trust and the public interest in their brand, right? Not, oh, hey, we know we just said Henry Cavill's coming back, but yeah, that's not happening. Right? I feel like a brand that big should have went and said, hey, we're going to work on mending the public trust in us, and we're going to make our public relationship stronger. You guys are the ones buying the movies. You're buying the tickets, the merchandise. We want to make sure you guys are taken care of and not like screwed over. So he comes out, he debunks all this stuff. And, you mentioned earlier about the Batman thing, Dustin. But, like, that's my problem, though. Like, Batman doesn't... Every single time someone makes a Batman movie, they make it to where... I think Christopher Nolan kind of fucked up Batman, bro, in a way that we didn't realize. So I'm a fan of The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises and all that, so don't get me wrong. I love those movies. And I love the new The Batman with Robert Pattinson. But everybody is now trying to copy Christopher Nolan. It has to be dark and super gritty and to the point where you can't even have Green Lantern, Superman, or Wonder Woman in that now. But Batman belongs in the Justice League. So what are we doing? Are we just gonna keep trying to like copy fucking Christopher Nolan for the rest of eternity and like everything has to be super like gritty and because basically Batman was a fucking squirrel in the last movie with his little, the cape attached to it. He looked like a fucking squirrel. I loved the movie, bro. The movie was good, but he wasn't Squirrel Man. He was fucking Squirrel Man, dude. Sorry. I know people are going to be like, I'm complaining about the little things here, but Christopher Nolan did kind of fuck it up, bro. Like now everything has to be like super dark and realistic and, well, you couldn't put a Superman in Christopher Nolan's movie. Well, why didn't Christopher Nolan think of that then, dude? Like, I'm sorry, but like not everything has to copy. Like now every Joker seems to be copying Heath Ledger. Like, does it have to be like that? But what happens with the Joker too now? Obviously they're still making it, but
I mean, it was never connected, so.
And like Blue Beetle still going through? Blue Beetle still being made. They're talking about making a Hawkman movie. Hawkman is from Black Adam.
Are they not continuing with Black Adam?
I don't know, but then remember I showed you that report, right? Warner Brothers thinks that like The Rock's team leaked that information. Well, how would The Rock leak something that's like public? How does he leak a fake report about the numbers when the numbers can be looked up? Do you think it's like WB's way of trying to get Rock out of this too? Like, hey, let's just like destroy our relationship with him, destroy our relationship with Henry Cavill. We're rebooting everything. Because why? That doesn't make sense. Why would you come out and say that you feel his team leaked it when, like, we as the people can just like look at it and say,
yeah,
hey,
box office numbers, as far as I know, that's all like public. You can just look that up on websites and it'll show you exactly what the numbers are.
I had a lot of faith in James Gunn. I said that a couple of videos ago. I'm not completely done, but this does, Henry Cavill not being Superman anymore kind of makes me not interested anymore, Yeah, if you're going to reboot the whole thing, why make Aquaman 2? Why make The Flash? Why have us interested in anything? You were talking about things, Justin, that aren't connected to the DCEU. So they were in active development for a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton. Why not just go forward with that? If it's not connected to the DCU, why not just do that? You see what I'm saying? Like, I would have loved to have seen a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton. Like, if, and in your opinion, right, if you were to choose any Batman who's ever existed to do the Batman Beyond movie, it's probably Michael Keaton, bro. I would have loved to have seen an older Ben Affleck do the Batman Beyond, because if you watch the Batman Beyond cartoon, Batman is, like, Bruce Wayne is yoked, bro. He's like a bigger, like, yoked Bruce Wayne, so I would have, but Michael Keaton as Batman in Batman Beyond, perfect to me. I don't know, man. I told you guys this in the past. Man of Steel 2, Birds of Prey. Man of Steel 2, Michael B. Jordan Superman.
It sucks because The Rock seemed like really interested and passionate about like
DC
getting
related
his
stuff.
hands into the mix, and like working on a plan with everyone. But I don't see that happening if they don't bring Superman with him, because that kind of seemed like his whole thing is he wanted to like build around that.
Yeah, now
Like
it's
he
not
wanted
gonna...
to fight Superman. He wanted Black Adam to like be the villain, and he wanted to flesh out this story between those two that goes into like everyone else. And
Do you think if the movie would have made more money, they would have considered it, or they were rebooting regardless?
maybe, I don't know. Maybe that sounds like they might have just been rebooting regardless.
I don't know, bro.
Because why
If
even
Black
bring him
Adam
back?
would have
They
made
brought him
like
back for the post-credit scene. They like had him make an announcement. That's probably the most embarrassing thing.
Is
They
that
brought him
Henry
back for an announcement, bro.
he
Just
left
like
The
a month ago.
Witcher. He left the role he had on The Witcher. They bring him back for an announcement. Rock's like promoting it. Henry's promoting it. Then James Gunn gets made the president of DC, and it's like, actually,
Yeah.
sorry, my wife thinks you're a good actor, and I don't agree with her. Like fucking A, bro. But yeah, guys, comment below. What are your thoughts on all this news? Do you want, if they do make Robert Pattinson's Batman integrated into the DC, the DCEU? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Henry not being Superman anymore? Are you pissed? I'm pissed. I'm like livid, bro, but I can't scream. I don't have any more like in my heart. I just can't do it, bro. I don't want to make negative DC episodes anymore, man. And it's just like, that's all it seems like I've been doing. But when you keep like, fucking Zack Snyder's daughter like commit suicide, and you guys take him off the movie, and then have Joss Whedon come in and fucking ruin it. Completely ruin it. He's on set saying racist and sexist things and being a fucking complete creep and a weirdo. It gets to the point where Ben Affleck doesn't even want to be fucking Batman anymore. You guys take more than a decade to make a Man of Steel sequel, right? Everything you're doing is just like anti-fan, and Ezra Miller just gets to run around Hawaii like fucking packing out tourists and like fucking kidnapping people, and this guy's a fucking legit famous actor stealing from people, because he's going to court for that, for like stealing alcohol from like a couple. What were you doing? Right? Like, oh, and then also, you have Ezra Miller like, I'm gonna rewrite this, because they kept having to like change the writers and stuff for the movie, and like I believe the directors too, because Ezra Miller was just hard to work with. I mean, once you give us that many years of just like constant shit, don't be mad when like the shit buildup is so big. Like, we're just done with it, bro.
I saw something earlier today where they're I don't remember who said it, but they're trying to get Ben Affleck to make one of their movies. In this
I sent you a tweet. It was James Gunn. He said he met with Ben Affleck, and they were talking about the possibility of him directing one, which is amazing. He's a good director, bro.
I wonder what that would look like.
What, like, my thing was, I was ready. I was like, okay, they're bringing Henry back. I'm excited. Okay, I already knew a reboot was gonna happen, right? I thought it was gonna be a soft reboot. Right, the Flash movie may change things around. Cool, but with Henry as Superman, I was ready. Now, bro, I don't know. I'm not excited. I'm not really for it. But you let me know your thoughts, guys. Yeah, that is tonight's episode. Look out we're gonna do another fantastic review. I'm gonna be reviewing Pinocchio on Wednesday, so that should be good. And before I go, I'm actually really, really close to 500 subscribers on YouTube. That was actually my, my year goal for this year. Obviously, my goal is to get way more than that. But, realistically, I thought I could hit 500. I think I still can. Shorts has actually been helping. I'm actually 20 away. So if you guys see this and you like what we do, you support what we do, you're into like helping like local creators and entertainers, hit subscribe, bro. I don't want to. I am. Right now, I'm being the cringy YouTuber. Hit subscribe, share. all that, you know. I think the power of sharing has really helped a lot on this platform, but also on TikTok too. TikTok is proof. The power of sharing got me up to 11.1 thousand followers now. Which if they ban TikTok, buy 11,000 followers. Buy my biggest platform. Buy all the fucking hard work I put into this. Can you imagine, bro? Can you fucking imagine? Buy all the hard work. Buy all the 11,000 people who follow me. Buy the almost 1 million view video I have. It has 77 likes. It has 77,000 likes. No, it doesn't anymore because it's banned. The Chinese are spying. Oh, Chinese software? Chinese spy software? Nope. See? Goodbye. You know the algorithm I followed us in? I showed you the picture of Monday, Tuesday, Monday through Sunday, all the times. All the times I stay up hella late and I don't get fucking sleep. Seriously. I stay up late till 8 in the morning sometimes doing this shit. Making clips, making sure they look good, making sure they sound good, making sure they're presentable. Bye. So, back to YouTube where I have under 500. So, that's my bread and butter. When you first meet me now, and we start talking, I casually throw in the whole, I have 11,000 followers on TikTok. Just a casual, you know what I mean? Like a casual, oh, I have 11,000. It's not a big deal. It's whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just building it up. It's not a big deal. One of my videos has almost 1 million. It's whatever. Like, I casually throw that in because, like, I'll shit on you. Like, I don't know many people with that. So I casually say, oh, yeah, I have about 1 million on one of my videos. It's no big deal. Whatever. It'll be viral. Cool, whatever. It's not a big deal. Oh, yeah, I have like 11.1 thousand. It's whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, now I'll be able to have that? Suck my dick, bro. But but yeah, that's episode 97, guys. Look for us on the whole fantastic review we're doing. And until next time, peace.